Hi everyone, it's Roger here, and Abe, and also Travis on episode number 27 of the Disney Infinity and Beyond webcast. It's a three-man crew this week, so we're doing it slightly different. We're trying it out in Google Hangouts to try and make sure it's a little bit more nice and fresh and easy to go. And we've got loads of Disney Infinity news to cover this week, including the new iPad version. We've also got a brand new figure coming out today, Jasmine, which is why Travis is on the show, because he's been lucky enough to have a sneak peek and been sort of trying it out. And we've also got a few other bits and pieces of news from the last couple of weeks. So, yes, here we are. We're back online and we're ready to roll. I've literally just got back off of vacation last night, flew in, jumped to bed and got up this morning and done this. So I've literally just been like, whoop, get ready. So, Abe, are you all right? Have you had a good week since our last conversation?
Yeah, it's been great. Basically just been following up a lot of good little pieces of news coming up. We'll be talking about them shortly, but I did spot the Fury Collector's Edition out on Best Buy a little earlier than they said. In fact, 2 weeks earlier than they said. But we'll talk about that in a little bit. I did want to mention, I wanted to say a nice little shout out to a young 9-year-old viewer of ours. His name is Max. I totally love Iron Man and Venom just like you, man, so glad you're listening to us.
That's great, yeah.
But anyways,
I did have a list. I did have a list actually, but I'm gonna have to do that next week because I'm a little bit off center this morning. And Travis is joining us all the way from the middle of the morning in New York. What time is it then, Travis?
What, we're going on 2:30?
Oh, 2:30, yeah.
2:30 in the morning? Yeah. And I've been snowed in since Sunday night, so it's kind of been.
Travis is actually sleep talking right now.
Yes. I'm not that far off it myself, actually. I got back in it. It was like, was it like 26 degrees in Spain yesterday morning, and I got home last night, and it was -1. I'm like, I'm not quite. The flat was freezing. It was awful.
Oh, I know what you mean, man. It's been 72 over here. It's like really cold for us. It's just too much, man.
But Roger, -1 for you is like, what, 30 degrees here?
Yeah.
Like Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
So that's nothing.
Yeah, if you're in New York, it doesn't count. Right, okay, so let's kick off with the main news of the week. Today sees the release of Jasmine for Disney Infinity 2.0, so she's available as a single character in the US. She's also available as a toy box pack with Aladdin, and let's bring up Travis because he's got pictures up. He's got her in a hand. Out in the UK in March, though I've got mine coming from Germany, so it should be here next week. So let's kick this over to Travis since he's lucky enough to have it already.
Yeah, I got her this past week as part of the toy box pack, so I also got the awesome discs and Aladdin, which I already had, but so be it. And she's really powerful, especially when you build her up. Her attacks are great. Her figure is just beautiful. The game in figure, it looks almost exact. I know some of the Disney Infinity, the figures look better than their in-game counterparts, but she looks great in game. Abe actually joined me one evening and as Aladdin, and we were I was showing him around the toy box I'm building, and she kicked his ass. So
yeah, so wasn't she developed a bit by Ninja Theory? So she's got like some. Is she a lot more powerful at fighting, or is she just? Does it look any different?
She has melee. She's mainly melee. She does have a ranged attack with her whirlwind, but her melee attack is like all like ninja skills, and she's kicking ass and taking names, and yeah, it's really done really well. Her gameplay's great. It's basically seamless. Her idol, when she's standing there, her idol action is awesome. She has a bird will come and visit her, and she like nuzzles with the bird and then releases it. It's one of the most. It's not just standing around with a lot of the characters. It's just like standing there. She actually has an action, which is pretty cool. And her main move, her special move, Windstorm.
All right.
That's just powerful as all get out. It's amazing. And yeah, no, she's a great character. She's probably one of my favorites. And the best part is she completes the duo of her and Aladdin, which is something I've been looking forward to since I heard that they were coming out with them. So.
Yeah, it's a bit of an odd one, that one. I know, there's that thing as well of bringing out Aladdin back at launch and then keeping her back. And then you've got this toy box, sort of this toy box pack, which is, slightly annoying for those of us who already bought Aladdin. They haven't announced any other ways of getting those Aladdin power discs yet, so that's going to be the only way of sort of picking it up.
Yeah,
So,
and if you want to build an Aladdin themed toy box, you want these discs because the Fantasyland terrain flowers, they turn into market stalls,
that's cool.
pots and barrels and palm trees and
Don't forget the
Hazim's-
fertilizer.
Yeah, Crazy Hazim's discount fertilizer.
Oh yeah,
and then
it's
the
a
Sky Dome.
crucial scene in the movie. Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, and then the Sky Dome is a beautiful like sunset type sky with clouds and mountains, and then the palace in the background. So with that power disc, you don't need to build the palace again if you don't want to. You can.
It's in the background, yeah.
But it's in the background, so you don't have to worry about putting a palace in the toy box. You can put palace themes in the toy box, but you don't need to actually put the palace in the toy box.
And that obviously ties in with the Aladdin Toy Box Challenge, which is coming up, 2 weeks? I just started building one yesterday for that. But yeah.
Oh, wait, it's coming in 2 weeks? Sweet. Now I have a goal.
Well, I think we've got Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. due on tomorrow, Wednesday, and then we've got next week is the multiplayer challenge, and then the following week is the Aladdin Jasmine.
Well, I've been working all weekend on my Aladdin themed toy box, so now I have a goal to finish.
Yes.
But I have to learn how to do really logic.
Yes. Well, just use the templates if you're having difficulty.
I might have to, because right now the layout's done, and Abe liked what I had so far. And
it was really cool.
I built it up a lot more, but at the same time, it's like I have no idea how to do logic. So
see, I always do it the other way around. It's logic first, then all the pretty stuff afterwards, so you don't max meters and then can't do what you want.
Raj, I didn't know how to do any of it. So this is my first major toy box. Before it's just like I'm just gonna play something here, something there. If it didn't go together, whatever. Just me and a friend will play it. This is the first time I'm actually taking time to actually do. So I need to make it look good. But.
Yeah, right. we'll get on that together too. Yeah. But
are you picking it up later, Abe? Later today or tomorrow, whichever day it is over there and back in the past?
Yeah, back in the past, right? Well, it's about 18 minutes from tomorrow, so yeah, I am picking her up tomorrow. As far as how she plays, like my opinion, yeah, like Travis said, she's amazing. I do love her animations. One of the attacks, I don't think Travis got too deep into it, but one of her attacks, when she's doing her melee, she actually flips upside down and does this whirlwind with her legs, almost like she's like
Chun-Li.
Yeah, like a flare, like she's breakdancing or something. But it's so cool. Like she's really good. Yeah, definitely just one of the cool things about it for me is like my girlfriend loves Jasmine, and so Travis heard how excited she was when she was watching Travis playing with Jasmine through my TV screen, and yeah, I'm excited. I'm gonna get the twin pack myself as well.
You're gonna get I was gonna say you're gonna get the twin pack as well, so we've all got extra Aladdins.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I have a couple of extra figures, and they just make nice little night table decorations, so it doesn't matter. It's always cool.
I might re-gift it off to somebody that I gave the toy box starter pack to for Christmas. So it's maybe
I might actually turn him my Aladdin into Prince Ali. I might do a custom.
Ooh, your first custom.
Disney Infinity custom. So.
Ooh, that's cool.
Spoiler.
Right. Okay, so we had a couple other bits of news this week. As we said before, Best Buy have a new Nick Fury collector's box edition. Only at Best Buy, as Abe said earlier, let's pop that earlier in some stores. It's basically has got like it's a big plastic box with like the Shield logo and stuff on the background. The figure's no different. There's not really anything. I saw it was retailing for, was it $29.99?
Yeah, actually, I wanted to tap into that. When it showed up at the stores 2 weeks ago, it was actually being sold for $19.99.
The Sons of Rocket one, yeah.
Yeah, but however, they are showing it's going to retail for $29.99. I did see the Best Buy online. They have a sale for it, which is interesting. It might be like just the first week, but it's $17.99. So it's actually $2 cheaper than I first saw it.
Yeah, so
but just in case, it's just like the Jack Skellington we saw last year from GameStop. It's just one of those PDP hexagonal clear cases, but it has a little little animation on the box itself.
Yeah.
It's just the Shield logo in the back, and it's all dotted on the sides. So that's basically pretty much it.
I think we said about this with the Rocket one a couple of weeks ago when we did that it was one of those things. If it had these come out at launch, we probably would have picked them up. But since there's nothing special about the characters or anything like that, there's probably going to be a lot of collectors that aren't going to bother picking these up. You going to pick them up, Travis?
I didn't pick up the Jack, and then the Jack got people wanted the Jack it's so popular, I don't know really why, that I kind of regret not getting the Jack. However, I think that Rocket and Nick Fury are going to be made in much larger quantities.
Yeah.
So they can bring in more money. So I probably not, unless I see it on a really good sale. Like as Abe said, if I can get Nick Fury for $17.99, that's kind of the breaking point for me.
Yeah.
Anything under $20, I'm thinking about it. But Skylanders did this thing where they repainted first series characters.
The Eon's Elite or something.
The Eon's Elite, and they repackaged them, and they were like $25, $30 a piece for a character that's 3 years old. Yes, they gave them different abilities and upgraded their power and stuff like that. Yeah. But for me, being a character collector for display purposes mainly, I didn't need it. So it came on the same fence with the Nick Fury and the Rocket. Do I really need them? No.
No, that's cool. Okay, also we had a bit of slightly older news. We found out that the Luke Skywalker Speedster is the ultimate unlock, and basically there was a bit of a mistake by Disney putting out a toy box where you could actually play in the Speedster. I put up a video of that on the YouTube channel, and so you could race around. And once you unlocked, well, you didn't really unlock it. If you added it as a favorite, you could then use it. Disney then pulled the toy box once they realized, but then in a slight another sort of adjustment, you can actually now go on to the iPad version and buy it for 25,000 sparks. So it's not, and it was also in the guide as well. So it's not really so much of a secret anymore. But next month, hopefully, then we can actually finally use it properly for everyone will have access to it.
Yeah, I unlocked it and put it to my favorites, and then we actually. Abe and I raced in my Aladdin toy box with him, and it is a smooth ride.
It is good, isn't it?
I will tell you, I suck at driving. I'll be honest with you, I suck at it, and I actually did real well, and I would have won the race if I didn't fall off the course.
Yeah, I would have won it.
Yeah. I was gonna vouch for him and say yes, he does suck at it, but but no, he actually built this course in his toy box, and it's long, but it's so awesome. And then just racing with the new speeder, it was just so much cool. In fact, I didn't even know about the whole the front of it. If you run into something, it'll just pop open. Did
you notice when it flips over, there's like a little box, and it looks like it's like we've got screws to put the battery in?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know
when I flipped the car over, underneath it looked like it had a little battery spot. That was something I noticed.
Well, now we have to flip it over there. Abe.
No, we gotta crash a lot of times just to see it.
Yeah, sounds like he's not gonna have a problem with that.
No, not me.
We'll just build the stunt park, and then we'll just do that instead.
Yeah.
There you go. A land speeder stunt park, and apparently, Tigger or Sheriff from the Disney Infinity Fans Forum, he messaged me and told me that if you can put big wheels on the land speeder, and he said that actually looks really cool. So I have to try that also.
Yes, that's cool. Well,
interesting.
This leads us on to the big sort of news of the week. Really, was Disney have finally released Disney Infinity 2.0 toy box on iOS, which is basically iPads and iPhone 6. And yeah, it's a huge download. It's like just under 4 gigabytes. I was on the hotel Wi-Fi. I spent a long time in the lobby on Thursday. I think on that Wi-Fi, I think it took me all in all about 9 hours to download. So I was just everywhere I went in the hotel. I had my iPad underneath my arm. Just down. It was like literally about 11 o'clock at night. It finally finished downloading. I'm like, I can't go upstairs till as that bar was slowly just moving. So yes, that was my experience of downloading it. I think Travis, yours wasn't much better, was it?
I was at work and my Wi-Fi at work sucks. So I did 5 hours before I gave up, and then I brought it home here and I restarted reinitiated it. It was like a quarter done, and within an hour or two, it finished the other 75%. But to me, I don't necessarily think it's worth it. The controls, I couldn't do much of anything, and it got really frustrating. And I know a lot of people are getting frustrated about the controls. I know that there's possibly a controller out there that you might be able to buy, to hook up to it to make it better, but I don't know which one the best one is yet, so I don't want to get one.
I don't think they've actually added the support for it just yet. This is something they want to add in a patch.
Okay, then, yeah, right now, until they do something like that, it's just going to stay as an app, because I'm just learning how to build a toy box, and for me, it's hard enough on the console, but at least it has proper controls where I'm trying to run around or do stuff, and the touchpad is really sensitive. So.
Yeah. Hey, did you get to try it out?
Actually, no. I did not try it out. However, one of the things that did get me excited, though, which I wanted to bring up, aside from the controls, was I saw 2 different things, 'cause I've been checking the videos out online. Was Power Disc that we've never seen before, and also Loki and Falcon in action.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys noticed and want to elaborate on that, if you guys have experience with that.
Yeah, I think you can buy it. I mean, I'm going to make up some videos over the next couple of days using my iPad. But for me, see, I kind of had it the opposite thing. Because I was on holiday, it actually meant that I actually was able to put quite a bit of time into playing with the new version. Sat there on the lounger by the pool with the shades with my iPad and Disney Infinity was, quite a nice way to finish off the holiday. And so it was extremely frustrating to begin with. It was really hard to get to grips with it. Jumping was just one huge pain in the bum. Obviously, unlocking stuff. When I first got it unlocked the first time, without connecting it up to the internet, it was extremely restrictive. Once I managed to log in on Wi-Fi and sync it to my Disney app, I then got most of my unlocks that I did on the PlayStation 4, so I didn't have to use all my web codes to get all the playset pieces, which was good, because I haven't put any web codes in, so that was a good thing. So I still only got the free figures that you get limited, and they're all on level 0. Oh, that was just painful.
Yeah, that's hard. That's hard. All the characters that I've played with that I've built up to level 20 on the console is that they're down to level 0, and I understand why, because of the separate codes.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
But you think they should
it's still
be
frustrating.
They should be linked in. If they can link the toys and all the bits and pieces, they need to link that up so what you do on one that affects the other. But yeah, so that was the annoying thing. As you said, the controls are very clunky. I think the first game was very easy because it had a button for jump and a button for action, and that was very easy to use. With this one here, they've added like a swipe action for jumping, and it's not fluid. It doesn't seem. I found that playing it, because I've played through all the levels on the Toy Box game discs. I played through the first, and because they only let you do the free version. You can only play like the first level or so of each one. So I played through all of them. I've played through the introduction to the toy box. I've built a couple of toy boxes. I really did I've spent quite a lot of time this weekend playing on it. And building a toy box is tricky. It's getting used to the controls. The more I've used it, the easier it's got. I will admit that I think if you're using it a lot, you will eventually get used to it. The way you can spin around things and move it around, and it is quite useful. And I find, like, if I'm out, like now, if I say for example when I go over to my in-laws, I can sit there and I can build a basic level toy box, maybe like place all the pieces down in terms of set design or how big I want it. But once you get into the nitty-gritty, you need your console version to go in and fix anything where it's maybe in the wrong position. I think anyone just doing it purely on an iPad is going to find it quite difficult to begin to sort of. But I still love the fact I can now do it on the go or take it to work and do it on lunch break and just kind of do little bits, maybe not the whole thing, but just spend time doing the basics. That's how I'm looking at it.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's probably going to be a little learning curve for you. You're going to have to get used to the controls on the iPad. I mean, obviously, for all of us who are, so used to whether it be an Xbox controller or PlayStation controller or Wii Pad, it's just a big difference. But I'm sure it makes it a lot easier, like you said, if you're on the go, if somebody like Travis has to take a train to work or travel somebody, or I don't know, just don't laugh. You need to take a train to work, anyways. But it's a nice little luxury you can have, and it definitely an advantage for those who like to build toy boxes on the go.
Yeah, well, I found sort of building a toy box. It's that kind of thing. You can do all the logic. You can pretty much do everything, and you can play you can play the all of the toy box game discs. They're all available, and they're actually quite a lot of fun. I was able to play all of them and was really enjoying it. Actually, they were once I got used to controls. That was fine. I wasn't really having a major problem with them. Sat on the plane yesterday and went through all of the toy box game discs and the introduction to the toy box. So maybe in some ways, because I was restricted, I had time to sit there and play with it and kind of really test it out. And over the last few days, my opinion of it has increased, has got better. I think it's a lot stronger than maybe on Friday when I was playing out and getting really frustrated with it because I couldn't do what I wanted.
Gotcha. One of the things with it that I think is a positive is the daily challenge.
Yes.
I have yet to play, but a lot of people were like, well, why can't they do a daily challenge on your console version? Yeah. And I understand the reasoning that they really can't unless you're connected to the internet, but a lot of people are connected to the internet, so that as soon as you sync up, you could download the new daily challenge, something like that. And then Abe mentioned about these new power discs.
Yeah.
Now, there were a few of them. Flubber, which was a circular disc.
Yeah.
The Enchanted Rose. Something with Mulan.
Amazing.
Yeah. A training outfit, I think.
Yeah, training armor, I think.
Training armor. And then there was Uncle Scrooge's top hat, which was weird because that was a hex disc. And I bought that hex disc thinking it was something that, okay, everyone's going to wear the top hat in
like
in
a Skylight,
the game.
kind of thing.
Right, exactly. But the top hat never appeared. All four of those are kind of similar to 1.0 power discs, where there's no special ability, that nothing appears. It's not an event disc. It's strictly just an upgraded power, whether you get better sparks or better economy or something like that. Now people are asking, oh my God, that means that there's going to be a new series of discs. That's not necessarily so.
No, they could be
they could strictly be online exclusives.
And looking at the
Disney
artwork,
says other words.
Yeah, and the artwork looks pretty ropey on some of them as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks like someone rushed together the artwork. In all honesty.
Yeah.
So.
No, because I think we've also got digital versions of some of the characters and stuff. I think the one thing that really got me with the iPad version, the graphics are pretty good actually. I'm still kind of looking at this iPad and I'm just kind of in awe of the fact that this is an iPad. I'm still expecting it to be quite sort of basic, and going through that introduction to the toy box, it was flowing right through, and it was, but the only thing that did start to worry me then was, does that mean now that maybe the Xbox One and PlayStation version are being held back because maybe the iPad is now the new Wii? Is that kind of the that's the way I was thinking about it?
Uh, I don't know if I agree with that. I just feel like they're trying to reach absolutely every single peripheral as they can. You know, obviously they're
Yeah.
leaving behind ancient technology like the regular Wii, or who knows, we might lose the 360 and the PS3 sometime soon. You know what I mean? I just feel like they're just moving on to what's relevant. I did want to jump back a little bit to what Travis was talking about and actually ask both of you guys if you, since you've been using the 2.0 version on the iPad, my question is, how are you able to use 1.0 discs on 2.0? Because my understanding, or the way I'm thinking, is maybe these new power discs were meant to replace those if you're unable to obtain those in the new 2.0 version. I mean, 'cause I don't know how they work as far as power discs go. I mean, do they sell them in a pack that you can get the old ones again?
I didn't even notice the 1.0 power discs in it.
See, so
Yeah,
that's why I'm thinking.
Yeah, I don't
I
know
was,
if the 1.0 discs
Go
are
ahead.
in there, but I can tell you how you can do it. With the hex discs, you purchase them outright, and then you can equip them to your character before you enter a toy box.
Right.
The circular discs, there's right now 2 different ways that I know of. The costume discs are special. You can actually purchase the costume discs
These are with
outright.
sparks, aren't they, or with cash?
Yeah, you can purchase them with sparks, not cash.
Yeah.
They're spark purchases. But once you unlock a costume disc, you can equip the costume disc whenever you want. Just switch on and off on the character. The other discs, the power-ups, the event discs, stuff like that, you equip them each time. So let's say you want to equip a one of your power-ups. Let's say that new flubber disc. If you want to equip it to one of your characters, you can pay a spark cost to equip it to your character for that game. And then once you exit out or change characters, you have to equip it again. It's all spark purchases, and they're cheaper spark purchases, but that's how you get around the circular discs. So they're not fully unlocked one bit, or
I
one
guess
shot.
what I was referring to is, like, if you guys remember on the 1.0 version on the iPad, the way you would be able to use discs or anything, you would have to buy a little pack, kind of like you would buy, you'd pay real money and you get these additional discs. What I'm saying is, my belief, because if there's no way to get those same exact discs into 2.0, this app, I'm thinking that these brand new discs are suitable replacements for those, and that's why they're included into the iOS 2.0 version and not in the console versions. I mean,
It
that's
could
just
very
my
well be.
assumption. Yeah, that's my assumption.
It could very well be. I never even thought about checking that.
No.
I'm bringing up I have my 2.0 coming on right now, so we'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well as I just think they're just looking at they wanted to have a few exclusive items. That was purely my.
That too.
I
That
just
too.
think they just want to have a few items that are exclusive to the iPad version to make people try it out and test it out and download it. I mean, it was featured by Apple as their app of the week, I think. So it's got a lot of attention. I'm sure Toy Box submissions and Toy Box plays are about to go through the roof as people start downloading Toy Boxes on their iPads. It's a free game. You know, this is the difference. This is a free game. You don't have to pay any money to do it. Obviously, if you've got other stuff, you can use it. But people are now going to be able to download it, play as one of the free characters that keep rotating, play the Toy Boxes, and it's really going to improve the amount of people playing the download and playing Toy Boxes. Not necessarily building, but there's a lot more action and a lot more. I think it's got a huge growth spurt coming on, bigger than Christmas.
Now have you guys noticed, the exclusive Baymax Gray costume already on there, or not yet? Have you guys noticed that at all?
I haven't noticed it.
Because the only thing is,
no,
okay.
Baymax's grayskin is not on there. I have my 2.0.
Okay, because the reason why I bring that up too, and you know how you were mentioning, Roger, it's something that they are using to push for this. I remember when I was at the E3 events and also at the Comic-Con in San Diego, they were actually passing out these, they weren't like litho, but really heavy stock pieces of paper with glow buzz and actual codes for you to use. So I don't know. I'm assuming that might be one of the next angles is probably use that Baymax the Baymax.
Yeah.
Case.
I still think the iPad version is typical kind of iOS game of get you in for free and get you to
Right.
buy stuff afterwards, in-game purchases. And this is where I've said this quite a few times about that game as an overall. The way that the game has been priced, if you got the digital version, you got those 2 game discs, it's basically wiped out the cost of the game. You look at the starter pack, and you've got the free power disc or the starter pack, the toy backs, game discs, and the figures, etc. They wipe out the cost of the game. The game's got to the point, to be honest, where it's free, and that's how I'm looking at it now. I look the actual game piece of software is a free game, and you're buying power discs, you're buying the figures, you're buying the playsets to unlock more additional content. If they came out straight away and just came out with a console version and put it out as a free digital download and everything, that's pretty much the only thing they're lacking doing, because they've already done it on the PC, they've already done it on the iOS. They just need to do it on the consoles just to kind of finish it off, really.
Yeah, that's true. That makes a lot of sense. And go ahead.
If I'm getting back to your question, I want to answer it for you.
You
are correct. None of the 1.0 discs exist in the 2.0 iOS game. So in order to get your health or whatever that you got with the disc from 1.0, you can buy Enchanted Rose, which increases your health, earn more health. You can get Mulan's training uniform, which increases, you earn experience faster. And then Flubber earns your special move you can do sooner when you carry Flubber. Yeah. It, quote, puts a bounce in your step. So you, Abe, you're definitely correct in that is a big sign that these guys are possibly exclusive to the iOS version, strictly because they're replacing anything that you could have gotten in the 2.0.
Because most power discs were very, very similar, weren't they? They only really did a few simple options.
I also will say that the Captain Marvel team-up disc appears as a disc you can get, and I'm assuming when Falcon comes up, you can get his costume, because the costumes are actually underneath each character. So, like, if you go to, I don't know if you can see, but if you go to Mr. Incredible, there's his costume that you can unlock next to it. So, but then you go to Baymax, and you don't see anything with a Baymax.
Okay, so it should probably definitely be an update. Now, you showing that, Travis, now I'll ask both guys, do you guys think that it's possible that Captain Marvel and Falcon's costume change will be exclusive to iOS only?
No.
No, I don't. No. I actually think because no.
I'm just saying there's been a lack of info, and we're like, where is it? Where are they?
Look at Tron. Those Tron guys still haven't been
that's true. That's very true.
Properly. And I just think it's like they've, maybe Toy Fair, maybe Travis will get some information next week.
Disney told me that they're not going to be at Toy Fair this year, so there's not a big event as far as I know. No. But I could be wrong.
Yeah.
So
no, I think they're just holding out a few items just to kind of keep us kind of still preoccupied. Yeah. I mean, not being funny, but I still view this iPad as a huge announcement. This is a huge release. This is probably the biggest thing since launched, in my opinion, because this has got a scope to go to a much bigger audience than anybody else. And I think it's just a shame it's a few months after launch, but maybe they doing that on purpose so that they can. I think it's been stuck in development for a bit, but I don't think they want to get it out at the same time as consoles to get people to buy the console versions.
That's true. That's true.
Well, Travis is distracted playing the Daily Challenge.
No, I'm looking to see how much. I'm looking to see how much it costs to unlock Loki and Falcon, but it won't let me. I don't know why.
No.
I was gonna say it's like you said, Roger. Though it makes sense. It's the direction they're going. How everything is free to play, and if you look at the cost of figures and the toy box game discs, and add them up, you can see that the actual disc itself is pretty much free. It also makes me think of our future conversations that probably the base is also free if you look at that. So
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
yeah, I was gonna say when 3.0
Yeah.
comes out, and if you are required to get another one, you're not paying for it. It's free.
I think that was always the thing of people put a lot of value on those physical discs that you put in your
Objects,
console, and also those USB devices, and they are probably cents. They're probably they probably cost them like 20 cents. They don't even view them as maybe a cost that they have to look at.
Well,
Right.
when I priced out that it's actually cheaper to get the Marvel or the Disney original starter pack when it was on sale when it first came out over getting all the characters that you were going to get and the toy box game discs, you were actually saving money. Not even paying a few cents. But even at regular price, you were paying literally $3 or $4 for the game disc and the base.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'm just really hoping that next year they have one starter pack.
That's it.
With one starter pack, that's all. They don't even put the game disc in there. You just download it on day one, and just be done with. Just simplify it.
Yeah, they're not doing the down. I still don't think they're gonna do a direct download.
Another few years yet, I think.
I'm saying as long as people are still buying Blu-rays and DVDs and actual game discs, we're still going to keep in discs until everything's all download. Then.
And we're still going to get at least 2 separate starter packs, in my opinion, because they set the precedence, and people flocked, and they made a bunch of money with people buying both starter packs because they wanted everything right then and right there.
Yeah.
So they're not going to get rid of it anytime soon.
I still think the confusion factor kind of will be a issue that they needed to address, and I think the timing-wise wasn't right, releasing them so far apart.
Timing-wise, I agree with you. Confusion-wise, I saw a lot less confusion than I thought I would. So.
I don't know. It was a long couple of months.
Oh wait, are you guys saying all I had to do was buy one starter pack?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh great. Now I found this out.
I don't know. See, now I feel like
I have a feeling people
like,
are going to still be confused.
Yeah, people are going to be confused no matter what. But it's like, hold on, I've got it on my PC. I've got it on my I've got on my iPad. I've got it on my iPhone. Is definitely too slow to take it. You got it on, all these different console versions in different ways. If you looked on download or install base, I've got 5 ticks. It's like 2 laptops, iPad, and two starter packs. Yeah, I've downloaded it 5 times myself. It's like how you can really raise up those numbers quite quickly if everyone's doing things like that. Yeah, Travis is like
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's frozen.
No,
He's still got his Christmas decorations up in the background on the looks of it.
No, I do not have Christmas decorations up. They're all down. Thank you very much.
What's that? A snowman sat behind you.
That's probably Olaf or
that
something.
That blanket's always up because it's cold in here all the time. So it's a blanket. Deal with it. But yes, right, because I did in January. I went to Disney, did the photo shoot for Disney Infinity, got home. Then crap hit the fan with work and family and stuff, so I literally just got Christmas put away late last week. So, yep.
Which, by the way, awesome pictures, by the way, and I'm glad you were featured on the Infinity site, even though they didn't give you credit. But
yeah,
but
they
awesome
started
pictures.
giving people credit today, so I hope that they finally realized to give people credit. I love when people use my photos. Best compliment in the world. However, giving credit is just a professional thing to do. I'm not saying that they purposefully did it. It's just
no. I think as well as if you're going to put out especially it's like social media spotlight that they do every week. They do that and they say who's done it and it's perfect. And we've all been featured on that, and it's great. It's a great thing, and it's really and it inspires people to do it, and it shares it. And let's be honest now. Sharing things on Instagram and Twitter is the perfect marketing ploy. So it makes sense, I just think it's just that thing, and they get a little bit carried away maybe with it's so easy to get misunderstand where that picture came from. You know, the person that tweeted it might have even thought it was Disney's own picture. You just don't know, do you? See, that's how good I thought it was.
Yeah, that's true. I could be my pictures are professional enough where I've gotten confused before.
Yeah.
I just really wish that I was able to snag this girl before I went down. That would have made my Aladdin and Jasmine picture so much better. But that'll be for July when I'm down there again. I'll do it in July.
You know what, though? It was kind of cool to see just Jasmine holding Aladdin more like, you know, she's like, hey, well, I'm the Jasmine in Infinity, and he's Aladdin. You know what I mean? Instead of the guy standing next to her. So it was still good. It was still good.
No, it's cool. No, it's really cool. Okay, so I think that's pretty much covered most of the news. Just a quick reminder, we have got some news coming out this week about the website, but we aren't going to mention anything about that today because the big review
Tomorrow.
Wednesday. So yep, so we'll have some information on that. Other than that, remember to check us out on YouTube by subscribing to the channel, and you can also subscribe on iTunes and Stitcher and all of that. Remember to check us out at VinymationKingdom.com. You can also follow Travis at Twitter and on Instagram, and you can also do the same with Abe and myself. That's got rid of all of the personal things. Right, okay, so I'm thinking pretty much like the next couple of weeks, I'm thinking it's going to sort of quieten down a little bit again for the Infinity news. We've still got Tron, we've still got Falcon, we've still got Loki to come, we've still got those 4 power discs on the Tron and those Marvel ones. But yeah, so it should be it's going to be interesting to see what happens over the next sort of 6 to 8 weeks with Disney Infinity.
Yeah, we're still yet to get that patch they mentioned. They said we were supposed to get a nice big patch in the beginning of February, so that'll be interesting
February 2nd, Abe. Deal with it.
Huh?
Yeah.
I know, that's what I'm saying. We're still yet.
February 2nd.
Right. I'm leading on to our next podcast. This is why it's only Roger and I, because Travis doesn't read the signals. Ah!
Well, sorry.
I'm leading on to our next one, but okay.
Yes.
So we do have Loki and Falcon to look forward to, and after that, I mean, we still have to wait until May. And obviously for the Vita version, yeah, that's right. But we still have yet to find out anything about our 2 mystery figures. So stay tuned, people. That's what we want to know.
Yes.
Yeah, mystery. Exactly, Travis. Exactly.
Yeah, it's Oswald and Bugs Bunny.
If Johnny V ever gets off the grid, then maybe we'll get it.
Yes. I think I've seen a few tweets where he sort of said that I think he pretty much expected the news to be out already. I think there's been quite a few tweets that he's sort of, he said, well, if it was up to me, you'd already know or something.
Yeah,
like that.
no, he wants to tell us. He just legally, for some reason, they can't now.
Probably
don't know exactly why.
I was gonna say probably it's the ultimate spoiler. The Tron 3 is gonna come out, and then boom. Oh, by the way, Infinity figures.
Yes. I don't know.
I'm just kidding. I'm just making stuff up.
It still feels quite cool, the fact that we're into February. We've still got things coming out. We've still got figures set to come out. And we're getting closer and closer to sort of the March or the April, May kind of the big time what we all start sort of looking forward. But we still got I think until those last 2 figures are out, that's pretty much. It's still all concentrating on 2.0. But
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Hi, Travis. Go for it.
Oh, I don't know. What I was going to say was, with Toy Fair coming up, they might just hold off on news until after Toy Fair.
Yeah.
Possibly during Toy Fair if they schedule something last minute. I know JV said he wouldn't be there at Toy Fair, but he hasn't been necessarily there each time. So we got that.
Yeah.
I kind of think it was interesting that Jasmine was released for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of the whole. You'll see. I'll post something in a few hours. Actually, something will go live online. Probably it'll be live by the time you guys view this. My review for Jasmine, and in it is a video that Disney Infinity released that is probably the best Disney Infinity preview video that I've seen, and it has a whole like love story type Valentine's Day feel. So I think they played up to Valentine's Day with the delay very well. So I kind of like that holiday tie-in.
I personally think I think I just love the fact that they've spread out the characters a bit more. You know, we had the villains last month, we had Jasmine this month, we've got Loki and Falcon next month. We don't know when the Tron figures are coming, and then we're going to have Spider-Man in May. I think it's great that they've spread things out much better than last year. Last year was just Agent P and Phileas, so that was kind of, I think, a lot better done this year. I like having it all spread out.
The thing is, Raj, with all the, especially at Disney World when I was there in January, with all of the signage out there for Disney Infinity, I mean the sides of buses, inside each bus, except everything like that, Jasmine is on there. Yeah. Jasmine is in all the promotional marketing for the original's release. I have a feeling she was delayed for another reason, but in that case, they kind of played with it and made it to their advantage by bringing in the Valentine's Day theme. Yeah,
I think it just ties into it. I must admit, while I was over in Grand Canaria, I did go and have a quick look at a few Toys R Us and games, and they had all the figures. They didn't have the villains yet, but I've always found that they tend to be a little bit back. But yeah, Toys R Us had a big display with all the, all the Infinity, the Amiibos and things like that. But yeah, no, it was pretty cool. We've all seen it all on the shelf and stuff. It's quite funny the fact of seeing Chris the Sorcerer and Mickey and stuff out in the stores, because he hasn't really popped up in many of the sort of the supermarkets over here yet. Right, I think that pretty much ties us in. I've got to basically unpack my stuff to go to work. Literally got in last night and just crashed and burned, and just got up this morning. I'm like, right, go do the podcast and then kind of go find all my bits and pieces to get ready for to go back to normality.
Roger, you just got back from Spain. I really don't feel sorry for you, dude.
No, well, this, yeah, but you got to think, like, if you go down to Walt Disney World, that's like a long haul, like exotic location. Even to be honest, even New York and Los Angeles would be considered a exotic location.
Yeah. Travis and I are like,
nah,
you have no idea.
We have, New York and like Hollywood, they're sold as big holiday destinations over here. We have commercials telling us to go to California and everything.
See, Roger, the thing is that I can travel to L.A. where, in the time I can travel to L.A., you can travel the entire country of Europe, and basically go to any country, whereas I can travel an entire day and only go through one country.
Yes.
So for you, you're a world traveler.
Yes.
I go to Canada, United States, and maybe Mexico.
Yeah, lovely down there. But I think that's the thing. I think that some people forget with like Europe is if you took Europe and placed it over the US, every state is so different. When I think of trying to compare like Utah to like I don't know, like South Carolina, they're completely worlds apart. They are like going to two different countries. But a lot of people tend to think of America as one big, everything's the same.
It's funny that you say that, because that's how I think California is. I think it's a whole bunch of countries in one. Because, I literally drive 3 hours and I can hit snow and see huge giant trees, or I'll drive 2 hours the opposite direction and there's nothing but desert. Or an hour that way and it's all ocean and sunny. So it's like, yeah.
And I can drive to New Jersey.
You win. Travis wins again.
Oh yeah, it can't beat New Jersey.
Yes, you can with a
stick. Sorry, by the way, to all those podcast listeners and from Jersey, we apologize.
Yes.
I hate on Jersey. I work there. I love New Jersey. It's so easy to make fun of New Jersey. So.
Yeah, in fact that joke even translates over to here, and we just laugh because it's become so New Yorkers constantly taking.
So great, Jersey Shore did so great for the country. Everywhere around the world, you mention New Jersey, and people just laugh because of the Jersey Shore.
Yeah, well, they gave us Geordie's Shore over here as a spin-off from it, and it's awful. that's just as bad.
Just be happy. Just be happy they didn't use your shore, Roger. You know, then East Cliff Cafe would be so famous over there.
Yeah, there would be. Yeah,
Right.
just full of old people.
Oh man.
Right. Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much good enough time. Really, I expect to sort of end that one. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and big thank you for Travis for staying up late to come join us on this one. Hopefully, you enjoyed it. It's all been a laugh, so that's been great fun.
Oh no, I had a great time. I really want to share the Jasmine love because Jasmine's awesome. So
Don't move her too fast. Wait, keep her slow.
Yeah,
because
your webcam's not that. There we go.
There you go. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous.
She's gorgeous.
Yes. Right. Okay, guys. I think we are going to leave it there. And adios, everyone. We'll see you all later. Thank you very much for watching.
It's my jazz.